All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second part of our looking at the storyboards for this recent job that we've got coming up. There's tons of locations. There's tons of shots. We're shooting 2 cameras. Is it going to be chaos? Yes. Is it still going to look halfway decent? I think so. Let's jump into our outdoor scene. This is all scheduling. It's all scheduling. The entire look, everything is down to the location that the director gives you, because on this job, when you're moving this fast, it's like you get on the job. Locations, when you have to have, 8 different locations, they've already been chosen. It's not like you get a plethora of like, oh, I like option B better than option E. There's none of that. It's like, this is the house that we're shooting at. Tell us the best time that we have to be outside in order to make this halfway decent. So we're looking at this particular setup. We've got, if you remember from the last video, if it's outlined in red, that means we're going to be doing it simultaneously. Right? We've got 2 cameras just based on how fast we need to be moving. So we're going to shoot this 2 cameras. What's the way that we're going to set this up? Just by looking at the boards, we need to identify, are there any changes in direction? Or are we only looking one direction? Okay, if we're only looking one direction, massive advantage, huge advantage, because there's less real estate that we have to account for. We can be here at the exact right time for one direction, which makes it infinitely easier. So we start with the wide, right? Let's start with the wide shot. We've got our wide. In a perfect world, what would we do? Oh, I'm definitely not going to, I would want this backlit, first of all. So let's come here. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Does it go bigger? Yes, it does. Okay, I want it backlit. So I want the sun here, and I want highlight up here. I want the highlight on everybody's head back here. I want shadows to camera, shadows to camera. Okay, so when you land on the location, what's the very first thing you do? Is you take out Artemis and you see, okay, has the director hosed me? Is sunrise over here? It goes up in the sky and then it stays pointing directly from the front of the building. Like, is it hitting in here all day long? Luckily for me, this director has a great photographic eye, knows that we want things backlit. So at least the location is going to be backlit at some stage in the day. For our purposes here, it's in the morning. So this is facing east. We've got, let's say this is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So first thing is we stand in the corner and go, okay, this is the direction for the wide. We want to look back at the house. What is a good time to be here? Is 7 o'clock a good time to be here? 7 o'clock is not a good time to be here unless we want the magic hour look, right? But are you really going to be drying your clothes at magic hour? Like, that seems like we're putting them out too early, right? Maybe we do want a little bit of sunshine. Okay, well, what about 8 o'clock? Is 8 o'clock a good time to be here? No. Why isn't 8 o'clock a good time to be here? Because we're not going to have, imagine grandma is standing here at the clothesline, and then the sun approaches as well. They're going to be standing here. Let's just put an X in their spots. If it's 8 o'clock and the sun is coming this way, they're going to be in the shadow of this building. And the shadow of this building means flat. And do we want flat? No. Why? Because flat is boring. And if we were trying to unflatten this image, you'd have to like come over here with like some cherry pickers and some big lights up here to give us a little bit of an edge. It's not out of the question. It's just out of the budget, right? And it's out of the time budget and the actual real monetary budget. That's not going to happen. We need to dumb down our approach to make this better. So 7, no good. 8, still too early. 9, now we're talking. 10, okay. 11, too late, right? It's getting too toppy now. So our window to shoot here is 8 to probably 10:30. That's what we want. That's the only major decision. Well, that decides the look. Now, if we do have, let's come in here. Actually, it works on both images. Let's come in here and imagine it's backlit, right? I don't want the sun in the frame. So this has got to be high enough out of the frame. Again, slightly later is better than too early in the morning. We've got our edge around here. Are we going to bounce from this side, right? We've got sun over here coming this way. Am I going to bounce light back in this way? No. Why? That's a sun sandwich, right? We've got the sun on this side. You've got your bounce on this side, and you've got the subject in the middle. That's a sandwich. Are we going to put the sun up here? So let's draw a line like that. Are we going to wrap from this side, right? So I want key bouncing from over here. Okay, that makes a lot more sense, right? Because now we don't have a sandwich. Now we have a sun wrap. Sun wrap is good. What does that mean we're going to do over here? That means we're going to put in as much neg as we can. Absolutely as much neg will fit inside of this backyard. That's what we need. Why? Because it will create shape. Because it's going to cut off all of this bounce, especially, imagine that the sun is here. Sun is here. It's going to hit the grass. There's going to be green bounce everywhere. And you know what is not attractive? Green bounce all over people's skin. It looks horrendous. So maybe even some blacks on the ground to, if we are able to be here at the right time, to soak up all of that bounce that's going to be coming back at them. But definitely lots and lots of bounce over on this side. Or sorry, lots and lots of neg over on this side. And the problem is, let's come over here to our main page here. Do you see the problem with the sun wrap? Right? Imagine our talent is here and here at the what do we call this thing? This thing that dries. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. Whatever. This the clothes drying rack. Okay, this little thing. There's no space over here. Zero space. Absolute donuts. We cannot fit in a 12 by 12 over here. You can't fit in an 8 by 8. You'd be lucky to push in a poly. The other thing is, if they are standing here on the edge, we don't want them standing back here because then they get blocked by this light. Even if it's 9 o'clock, right? This is still going to be in shadow. They have to be standing right at the edge here so that the sun is coming through this way. So that's the little gap for them. We're not going to, there's going to be, if you put the bounce here, it's going to be in shadow from this building. So we're shit canning the idea of bounce. So instead of doing that, what we do is sun behind the two of them, just neg as much as you can, walk it in just to the edge of the frame, and then the look is neg, sun. All right, if we're here at the right time of day, it's going to look halfway decent. That's it. There's no other, like there's, again, we can't light in here. There's no room. So it's about as a basic approach as you can get. The thing that you would be looking out for is because we are shooting, let's see, we're shooting 4 different locations on this day. It's like, can we be here at 8:30 to 10:30? If you get a yes from the first AD, great. You never have to think about it again. If you get a, ooh, it depends on the other locations. It's a stop and pause and go, hold on. Are other locations interiors? Yes. Okay, well then none of those matter. We can light those up. Doesn't matter at all. Zero interest. This becomes the focus of our schedule. We cannot do anything about this shot. Imagine if we're here and it's 2 o'clock, right? And all the sun is coming this way and they're in a giant pool of shadow and the 2 o'clock sun is hitting this back wall and it's lighting it up like a Christmas tree. Any solutions? Nope. Unless we bounce from over here, then we're sun sandwiching. Sun sandwich look good? No, doesn't. Looks horrendous. So don't do that, okay? So this is like the red flag on the Tech Scout is this is the one scene that we have to base every other scene's timing off of, okay? Maximum importance that we are here between 8:30 and 10:30. If you get the yes, that sounds like a plan, you go okay. And you move on to the next scene. All right, that's going to do it for this one. Many thanks. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.